My name is Min, and I am doing the second negative constructive. So as far as our workability argument goes, further extending the law of background checks to private sales will fail in having a substantial positive effect on illegal gun activity. The reason why is the proposition does not fill the needs of the people because it would not change the way guns are obtained, whether legally or illegally. First piece of evidence is registered guns fall into illegal arms dealers from things like thousands of firearms are being reported stolen every year, only to be turned around and sold. And secondly, thousands of gun owners die each year leaving their firearms inaccurately registered, both of which cause major influxes of guns to the black market. You can find that piece of information on, from Kevin O'Neill, who is a Philadelphia gun rights examiner. Another piece of evidence from him is one study indicated that in 30% of the ATF's arrests, the criminal said that they could obtain a gun in less than a week, while another 20% said they could get a firearm in a day or less. Now, even with the imposed propositions, the goals would not be met because criminals and the mentally unstable will always have a way to obtain weapons. And this is true because an expert on crime gun patterns from the ATF, an Agent Jay Watchell, says that most guns used in crimes are through straw man purchases. You can find this from Dan Noy's Center for Investigative Reporting from the show PBS on Frontline. Now, the next biggest source of illegal gun transactions where criminals get guns are sales made by legally licensed but corrupt at-home and commercial gun dealers. You can also find this piece of evidence from the same source. As you can clearly see from these pieces of evidence, that none of these pieces of evidence show that there is a real problem coming from background checks. In fact, enforcing background checks won't change how criminals get guns or even stop things like the straw man purchases, which the background checks can't even detect and would be greatly ineffective in the long run. The more pertinent matter is how FFLs, or federal firearm licenses, are conducted and how they are avoiding the true issue of firearm regulation and being able to control FFLs because the paperwork is very minimal. Now, as far as the disadvantages go, this proposition would not be advantageous because there are already good laws and agencies imposed by the state and federal government that minimize any illegal activity that would suggest otherwise. One of these is the National Instant Criminal Background Check System. And even the statistic from their website says that more than 100 million such checks have been made in the last decade, leading to more than 700,000 denials. So these denials range from people who have criminal backgrounds, who are mentally unstable, to someone they discharged, and so forth. From November 30th to 1998 to January 31st of 2014, total federal denials is 1,881,496. Of that, those convicted of a crime were 617,970, which is 57.14%, and you can find these pieces of evidence from the FBI. Now, as far as laws go, the permanent provisions of the Brady Act, effective November 30th, 1998, required the U.S. Attorney General to establish the National Instant Criminal Background Check System, which decreases the rate of people getting firearms illegally. And now, private sales are exempt for a reason and would not account for the majority of gun distribution to criminals. This is because of the Privacy Act. The Privacy Act of 1974, as amended at 5 U.S.C. 552A, protects records that can be retrieved by personal identifiers such as name, social security number, or other identifying number or symbol. You can find this on the U.S. Department of Health and Human Resources. Private sales are not the problem, so there is no need to require them to obtain obtain background checks. Even the ATF officials say that only about 8% of the nation's 124,000 retail gun dealers sell the majority of handguns that are used in crimes. They include that these licensed dealers are part of a block of rogue entrepreneurs tempted by the big profits of gun trafficking. This is also from Dan Noyes. According to a recent ATF report, there is a significant diversion into the illegal gun market from FFLs. The report states that of the 120,370 crime guns that were traced to purchases from the FFLs, And then in businesses, 27.7% of these firearms were seized by law enforcement in connection with crime within 2 years of the original sale, which states that this rapid time to crime of a gun purchased from an FFL is a strong indicator that the initial seller or purchaser may have been engaged in unlawful activity. So those guns that you see on the street are most likely bought from an illegal arms dealer. From this, you can clearly see that imposing this law only onto private sellers would be infringing upon a federal law already instated, the Privacy Act. You can also see that the major cause of criminal sales is not even close to private sales, but mostly through corrupt businesses who has an FFL. There are a multitude of laws already set in place, and to regulate it even more would do little to nothing. Like the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the system that is already established works well on its own. Thank you.